Here's something I've been thinking about. And it's kind of amazing that I have to say this, but working with high school kids, I realized something really important. You gotta eat. It's amazing how many of you don't eat. Food is really important, especially when you're using your brain and you're trying to learn. If you're using your brain, you have to remember that that is a massive machine working. It requires almost a fifth of your energy, and yet only takes up about 2% of your body weight. So you need to feed it. Good stuff too. You probably had dinner somewhere around 7 o'clock the night before. You didn't eat before you go to bed. You woke up, you probably didn't eat then, and now you're at school. So you're talking almost 16 hours of not eating. So think about it. You're taking an algebra test, and your body is fighting your brain for energy. Now there's a good chance you're not going to be able to perform as well as you think just because you need more food. Another thing to think about is how much water are you taking in? Now we all know the term about being dehydrated and not getting enough water. It's really important. Drink 8 glasses a day. Are you drinking any? Water is the number one reason why you're probably getting tired in the middle of the day. That whole 2 o'clock thing that they talk about on the advertisements for the 5-hour energy drinks, it's probably just because you don't have any water in you. Here's a simple math problem for you. 8 glasses a day at 8 ounces a glass. That's 64 ounces of water. At this point, we're not really concerned on how you're getting it as long as you get it. That's the most important part. So drink 12 ounces now. Drink 10 ounces and then 4 ounces later. In between classes, down a bottle of water. Hit the water fountain up. The crazy thing about water is that your brain really needs it. In order for you to learn, your brain has to shoot neurotransmitters through your body and has to connect all these thoughts with everything else that's going on. And the one thing that helps connect all the neurotransmitters is water. Whatever you need to do, but make sure you're drinking water. Now when you're eating, you want to stay away from the sugars. You've heard it before, but there's a reason for that. Sugars do help your energy levels shoot through the roof. The only problem with that is you come right back down. And this time you go down even further. What sugar does is it makes it harder for cells to communicate. And that's kind of what you need when you're learning. The cells to talk to each other. So you know that anxiety you feel right before a test? Well, when you have sugar in you, it actually makes it worse. So in order to give yourself a good chance to do well in this test, you want to make sure you keep the sugars low because all it does is just cause you to stress out. Here's a couple ideas to think about. 1, start your day off right. Wake up and before you do anything, have 1 glass of water, maybe even 2. 2, eat breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day and it's delicious. Fruits, eggs, proteins, breads, more water, juice. Number 3, store some food in your locker. So when you're hungry or in the middle of the day when you know you don't have time for lunch, you can still snag something to eat and keep that energy level up. People ask me all the time, how do I get my grades up? One way to turn that B into an A is by eating properly and drinking water. Start there. We'll worry about all the other stuff later.